Guys, Bartholomew has escaped. I'm not sure what I can do about this. I don't think there's any way to lead bats around. That's alright. Hi guys, welcome to episode 4. I've been a little bit busy finishing up the Librarian haul. I zombified and cured my 3 farmers as well as 6 of my librarians. I did the farmers so that they'd be cheaper to sell to. This was really funny. I was smart about the farmers. I did only 3, which was my plan when I built this room. But then for some reason, I decided I wanted to do all 6 librarians at the same time. And as you'll see here, it was kind of scary. I realized after I zombified them that they could totally hit each other and re-zombify each other, which would waste my golden apples, so I'd have to make more. And so I'm panicking, trying to get 2 or 3 of them upstairs so that they don't kill each other. But then I remembered that I literally had just discovered that zombies won't attack other villagers while a player is present. So as long as I stayed in the basement with them, then they wouldn't attack each other. But it's just super funny, because I literally almost died. I was like half a heart. It was a huge panic. This place looks a little different now in general, doesn't it? To be clear, this is likely not the finished look. I'll probably decorate the ceiling and the floor more in the future, because this is a bit basic. In fact, it isn't my favorite to have the roof and the floor match like this, but for now it looks okay, and it looks finished at least. I also worked on the redstone. Instead of just a lever, I have a circuit in here, mind my messy wiring, with an SR latch. That way I'm able to do some fancy stuff. You click this button and they all open, and then if you want to close them, you can click this button. But more importantly, if they're open and you walk out of the room, they will close with these pressure plates, so that's super nice. I have a resource pack. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it because they were like super quiet. I'm not sure if I like it, but I have a resource pack that makes pistons quiet, so that's why it's hard to hear the pistons. Also, I installed some data packs and a mod. So I installed data packs to remove Creeper, Enderman, and Ghast Grief, because those aren't my favorite things in the game. And I also installed, if you're familiar with the Hermitcraft server, you'll know about this, the armor stand mod. So, for example, there's an armor stand right here. And I decided this was a nicer, more subtle way to display what all of the villagers are buying without needing the emerald block. And then these will end up being copper bulbs eventually, but for now, these shroom lights are indicating the villagers that have been zombified and cured. Also did some trading with them already for the books I'm gonna need. So yeah, this is the mostly finished. Well, we're gonna say this is the finished librarian hall. We're gonna say that. We might come back here and decorate it up later, but this is it. This is it for now. Okay. So over here, I also, just for fun, I have these are some of my firsts in the world that I saved. My first pickaxe. These are not my first. This is not my first set of iron armor and diamond tools, but it is one of my first, because I know that I broke some. But this is my last set of iron armor before I got diamond armor, and these are my last set of crafted diamond tools before I started buying them from villagers. And this is my very first crafting table, which is really cool to have that. Earlier on in this world, I wasn't as set on this being a long-term world as I am now, so unfortunately I don't have some other firsts. I could have had like my first treasure map and some other firsts that I just threw away because I wasn't worried about it, but we'll collect more firsts as we go, and I can store them in here until they have a nicer home. Now this is actually what we're going to be starting with today. This is a completely fresh set of tools and armor that I'm going to be using all of my villagers to enchant and make super nice, so that today we can go to the end and beat the Ender Dragon, which, believe it or not, is something I've never done by myself. In fact, I don't know if I've ever done it at all. I don't even know if I've been there when friends have done it. So it'll be fun. We'll do that. And then we will search for some elytra, and it eludes me. Shulkers. Shulkers. We'll get elytras and shulkers, which will be really cool because we need those things. Don't fly too far, Bartholomew. I don't want to lose you. He won't despawn because he's named, but we'll see if he ends up getting himself in a precarious situation. I hope he finds a cave or something to hang out in that we don't go to often. So I'm going to speed through some of this. I wanted to do a time-lapse of me enchanting everything, but I didn't have flashback running, unfortunately. So in this box that you see here, this is all the enchantments. I did go ahead and do some of the armor pieces at the bottom already, but this is just me getting organized. And then at this point, I'm about to have to head over to the mob grinder so that I can get enough XP to put the enchantments on the last few tools and whatnot. Alright, so we got all of our tools and armor enchanted, as well as a bow and a shield. These are our fancy new set of tools and armor. That is more or less what I was working towards with the Librarian Hall in the first place. But it's really cool that we have that hall now available. It was very convenient to use to do this. In fact, at one point I accidentally deleted my bow, and so I had to go make a new one, and it only took me a few seconds. Had to spend a little bit of time at the mob grinder getting enough XP to put all the enchantments on, but we're good there. In addition to that, I need a bunch of blocks for bridging in the end. For my first elytra, I'll need to craft some rockets. I still need to do that. I also am bringing a lodestone and some compasses so that I can leave one at the end and then in the end, and then it's, you know, wherever I need them to be able to get back to them later. So we will do that and we'll name them with this anvil. I'm bringing some glass bottles to get Dragon's Breath. And I'm also going to bring Unbreaking 3 and Mending to put on my first elytra. And then I also have some extra supplies here just in case I die, which I'll leave by this bed. I'll move this bed down here. We pretty much have everything. Like I said, I do need to make some rockets. I can just bring a third of a stack of gunpowder and paper. And that will save us some space. And I think we're ready. Okay, so let's hope this first one is close. That way. All right. Ah, my first one popped. That's so unlucky. I don't think I'm going to bring a boat. Okay, let's see. Still this direction. There we go. No more pops, please. Very rude. Highland pig. That is a Highland pig, right? I think that's what that is. I don't know. It's cute. Savannah pigs. Ooh, brown sheep and an armadillo. Savannah's a cool biome. Alright, let's toss another one. Yep, we're still traveling. That one popped too? Are you serious? That's so mean. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to bring a pumpkin. I was going to do that because if you put them on your head, the Enderman won't get mad at you. See if I can find one along the way. Some way over there. Oh, okay. We're kind of close then. There we go. Okay. That'll do. And we can put it away in the bundle. Nice. Alright. Back towards those trees over there. Where the Ender Eye of Ender was pointing us. Okay, so we are pretty much here. I'm going to start digging down. We can find it. Hey guys, me from the future again. So I wanted to take some time and talk about something that happened here. So I actually struggled a lot this week to make this video. One thing that happened that you didn't see because it got cut out was when I got close to where the Stronghold was, I decided that I didn't feel like digging around for a long time. I had a limited time to play, so I decided to just free cam and look under the ground to see where to dig down. And honestly, that's fine. I should have just shown that and not worried about it. But while I was recording, I got in my head about this, and I decided that I wasn't going to show it, so I didn't really talk about it. Because I didn't want anyone watching the video to think I cheated, which is silly because, like, I don't care that I did that. It didn't bother me. And then I also, while I was free camming, discovered that this Stronghold is really cool and is connected to a trial chamber, which is just sick. That's so cool. And I also kind of didn't talk about that until I noticed, or I say noticed, until I saw it in first person. And then I almost feigned surprise when I saw it, which is just ridiculous. I was putting on an act, and I could feel myself hating that I was doing that while I was doing that. That's not the kind of content that I care to make. I just want to play the game and share my experiences. And so I thought it'd be better to just talk about that. And this can probably be applied to more than just making YouTube videos, but it can be easy sometimes in the moment to not be true to yourself. And it can be easier to lie to yourself to sort of protect this delicate inner ego that almost like the ego that you use to judge yourself with. It can be easier to listen to the little devil on your shoulder with the false ideas that, hey, you need to live up to this standard. And it can be easier to take those cop-outs to like sign the contract with the devil almost. I'm making it sound so intense. But it's important, I think, to draw attention to this and to be aware of our tendencies, or at least I can only speak from my own experience, to my tendencies sometimes to take that path instead of the path of authenticity that will actually lead to a better result in the end. Because how fun would it be if I was just like, oh, I'm so lazy, I'm just gonna be a goober and free cam under the ground, haha, and then I could like almost make fun of myself, and then we can just move on and it's just a funny moment in the video. But anyway, I'll quit rambling now and we can get back to it. But I just wanted to say, if you find yourself taking these sort of cop-outs, just try and put yourself back on the path. Forgive yourself for your past transgressions. Put yourself back on the path and be authentic, be your true self, because there's no better way to exist, really. Let's see. Oh, it's a spawner. That's literally perfect. Okay. This place is crazy. Hang on. We have a stronghold, a trial chamber, and a skeleton spawner. This is the wildest location. Okay, 3 arrows. That'll do. Crazy stuff. It's literally right across from the portal frame, too. You can't make this stuff up. It's literally right there. Somewhere? I lost it already. I walked in circles and now I'm confused. That's okay. So we have some arrows now. I'm gonna just bring one, leave the rest in this chest, because I do only need one. I think I might use the carved pumpkin too. Ah, I don't have a texture pack for it. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. There we go. Okay. So now I should be able to look at Enderman without pissing him off. This is good. I think I'm ready. Hopefully we get a good spawn. And here goes nothing. I should have removed the lava underneath it.
So freaking scary sounding, dude. Oh, man. Cool. Where's the dragon? Oh, why are you mad? Oh, it's mad at the dragon? There's no way. That's hilarious. Oh. Give me a breath. Let me smell your breath. Nice. The Enderman getting mad at the dragon is hilarious to me. Like, look at him. He's pissed. Oh boy, okay. Go get him, boys. Imagine going to a dragon fight and the most exciting thing about it is that you get to steal some of their stank breath. Anyway. Slain! Slain! There we go. I beat Minecraft. I did the thing. We're about to get a bajillion manillion levels. Oh my goodness. This is so loud. It's crazy. Sick. Okay, let's see. Let's get the egg. Which, if you don't know how you get the egg, you can't normally get it. Because if you mine it, it just moves. But it falls, so you can collect it with a torch, like this. Alright. And then we need to find... Yep, one of those over there. To go get an elytra. Very cool. Hey guys, me from the future again. I didn't talk at all while gathering shulker shells and elytras here. Like I said, it was a tough week for me making these videos. Dealing with some anxiety about talking to the camera, as well as just, I don't know, just, if you're familiar with ADHD, you might know the term executive dysfunction, which is basically like, executive dysfunction is basically just, it's difficult to do things. I know that sounds really stupid, but it's just the difficulty making decisions and doing things. And it's been affecting me this week with videos where, like, I know what I need to do next, but I'm having a really hard time just doing it. As well as just, I put it off and I put it off and I put it off, you know, working on the video. And now here I am making this voiceover 30 minutes from when the video is supposed to release, so it'll almost certainly be late. It will be late today. And I'm, you know, by putting it off, I'm making it more stressful because I'm spending all this time thinking about making the video and not actually working on it. Meanwhile, I really wanted to hit my deadline for this month, but I did have some self-reflection as well as just some chats with both my partner as well as some friends online who also make content. Shout out to Caster Pokey again. Thank you for your words of advice, but I'm just trying to practice what I talked about in the very beginning of this series, and that's just giving myself some grace again. This project or this hobby of making these videos is supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be a fun time, and it does require some work, of course, but I shouldn't be letting it get to me to the point where it's not fun anymore. And so during this recording, I decided that I didn't feel like talking, and so I wasn't going to talk. I decided it'd be better to have footage with no commentary than have footage where I'm faking it. Similar to, or, you know, we could make connections back to what I talked about earlier about authenticity and not faking it for the camera. So that's what I decided to do. So hopefully you enjoy this bit of a montage of me just collecting up shulker shells and elytras. It was a fun time. I did have a relaxing time doing this, although fighting shulkers is a pain. I'm going to talk about it later in the video. Fighting shulkers is so annoying because especially when you don't have your first elytra yet, it's really sketchy, like floating up in the air, potentially over the void with all your stuff. So, not to mention just annoying because inside of the end cities, they have these, I mean, they're not like hard parkour sections, but you have to do these parkour sections to get to the shulkers, and then they're making you float above them, and then you can't reach them, and they keep hitting you, so you keep floating more. It's just, it's certainly a part of the game, I'll say that. But I'm glad to have collected a decent amount, and you'll see how much later. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the footage I have for you of me collecting this stuff, and of course past me, or present tense as far as the video is concerned, me will catch up with you once I'm done with all of this. Made it back. I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of things we were able to gather. Spooky ambience. Pretty satisfied with the amount of things we were able to gather. We'll get organized when we get home, and I'll show you what all I have. But it's pretty good. I took a decent amount of time. This is actually me from the next day. Talking right now. Here's the credits. The background looks so cool.
I haven't read this in so many years. And we're back. Okay, we have to make the journey home. Fortunately, we have shulker boxes now, so it shouldn't be too hard to do that. And we are home. Let's check out what we were able to gather from the end. I have organized everything. So we got 2 ender chests. Here's what I have left in my ender chest. Absolutely nothing. I moved it all into these 2 shulkers just to show it off. So I was able to gather all of these things. I also have an elytra on my back that I already put unbreaking and mending on. So I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elytras, which should be plenty for a very long time. And then some coarse fruit, a decent amount of diamonds and gold. And then this many shulker shells. I honestly wanted like 3 stacks of these, but holy crap. Shulkers are like the most annoying to fight enemies in the game. I'm sure that you will have noticed just how frustrating by watching me try and fight them. Because they hit you and make you float away, and it's just so annoying. As well as just stressful, because you're floating high up in the end where you might fall into the void, so it's a little sketchy. But overall, that was a big success. We were able to get a lot of stuff done. We have our elytra now, which will make exploring a lot easier, especially in the nether. But especially exploring the nether should be much easier now. Our nether spawn is terrible, so that'll be really useful. But I am seeing, just from walking in here after that adventure, that our storage room is in desperate need of some love. This storage system is just not cutting it. I'm not in love with it. Just because every time I take, like if I come in here and take all of the chiseled stone bricks out, and then later want to put them back, now they're not in that chest anymore, so this copper golem doesn't put them in there. So we need a more sophisticated system. And I have some ideas. But I do think this is just about all we have time for today. Ooh, how did I manage that? So we are going to wrap it up today. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 4. Please stay tuned, subscribe, like, all those things if you'd like to. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.